Hi everybody, Angie here, coming on to do a little make with you guys. I was sitting here on my desk making a couple journal cards and just was having just a little play, and I thought maybe I'd bring you along and show you what I was working on and see if it was something that you might be interested in trying. Very easy. Like I said, they're just a couple journaling cards. This one I used just a digital of a blank postcard. And then this one I was doing the same, except I decided to change it, and I'm going to make this one an actual pocket. So they're very versatile. You can use it as a journal card and stick it in a pocket or a side tuck or something, or actually put it down and use it as a pocket that way as well, either or. So one's going to be a journal card and this one's going to be a pocket. Okay? So that's why I did not round the corners on this one. Usually I round the corners on my journaling cards, and then sometimes I do and sometimes I don't on pockets that I put down on pages. And I thought those both came out really nice, so I thought I'd do a couple with you guys. Very easy, just takes a few little scraps. These are basically about 4 by 6 in size. That's usually what I have print my images to. Well, actually about 4 1/4 by 6, but you can accommodate the size to whatever you need them to be. Yeah, 4 1/4 by 6, those are. Okay, and then I have a few images here, and I was trying to decide, I'll do one of each. This one goes by pretty quickly, so we'll do that one last. This one takes a little bit more time just because we're doing some fussy cutting, so we'll get that one out of the way first. And I think I'll use the yellow rose for that one. Okay, so all it takes is just the image that you want to be for your focal point, and then a couple other pieces of paper, whether it be just some DSP, which is designer series paper, some of the thin paper, something with a pattern on it, and then maybe music sheet or book page, or even coffee or tea dyed paper, whatever you want to choose. So basically you're going to use for this one just 3 different designs. One here, this one I use coffee dyed paper, book page, and then my image. Okay, so for this one is right at 4 and a little bit less than 6. So really it just depends on what you're going for. Then on this, I took a pencil, and we're just going to fussy cut half of your image. Okay, so I'm going to just pick where I want that half point to be, and I think I'm going to do right about there. And just for my own, I am going to just make a line, or actually I don't even really need to do a pencil line. I can just, totally up to you how comfortable you are with fussy cutting. I use a finger blade. You can use an X-Acto knife, hand cut, however you want to do. And just take your time and do a fussy cut, and fussy cut half of your image out. Okay, so I'm going to do the middle, the blank sections there, and then I'm just going to fussy cut around half of the rows. Okay, very simple process, but I think the finishing look looks really pretty. Very fun project just to do with some bits and pieces, some scraps. And how close you get to your image is totally up to you. You can do what they call a fussy cut or a kiss cut, your choice. Leave a little bit of a outer edge. I usually like to try to get as close to the image as I can without touching. Just leave a little hint, just enough for a little bit of inking. be trying to, usually I would take my time and really try and do a real intricate cut if I was off camera, but to save time with you guys, I am not taking as much time as I normally would, but I am still trying to get as good of a cut as I can. Okay, and when you're fussy cutting, the key is not to move your scissors, move your paper. Okay, keep your scissors in one place and slowly cut and turn your paper that you're cutting. Okay, as much as you can anyway. Sometimes like this right here, your image kind of gets in the way, so you got to kind of be careful and play with it a little bit. Okay, and I'm just going to cut that down. Like I said, I'm just doing a neat, but not as neat as I might normally. And then of course when you get to these thin pieces, that can be a little tricky also, so just take your time. And that's where a finger blade or an X-Acto knife comes in really handy, because you can actually lay your paper down and cut. Like so. And then where you feel comfortable, you can pick it back up and get back in with these scissors. Whichever's more easier, so to speak, for you. So how is everyone today? I hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing good. Hope everybody's having a good weekend wherever you're at. Okay, just like that. Now I just gotta get in there and get these little bits here. And I'm gonna use my finger blade for that. If you cut a little bit away, that's okay also. just like that. So we're cutting half of our image. And once you get comfortable with your cut, and you've got everything cut out the way you want it, just a couple little pieces here. Okay, there we go. All right, then we're gonna work with the 4x6 size. So let's just use coffee dyed paper as the base, and I'm gonna cut a piece about 4x6 because that's our size, or a little bit smaller, and we can trim off anything we need to. So let's go 4x6, and if we need to trim it down by a tidbit, we can. Okay, so that's going to be our base. So then one side will be for journaling, and we're going to decorate the other side. Okay, so then all we have to do, and this way I have the image going this way, but since my flower, we're going to have the image going the opposite direction. Okay, now we're just going to layer our pieces. Okay, so we've got coffee dyed on one side. In the middle, we've got a little bit of book page. So then all you're going to do is just simple, just fussy tear a piece of book page about 1/3 of the width. Okay, and then we're going to put that down, and then this is going to go over the top. And as you can see, this base piece is 4x6, but our image is a little bit smaller, shorter than the 6-inch, so we'll trim that off. Okay, so then we just want to decide how far we want that to go over, and I think something about like that. I think that would look nice. And I really like the color of that coffee dyed on this one, and this one's kind of plain. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put any more color on my sponge, but I'm just going to darken that and bring in a little more color. Just bring in a little more color to that before we put that down. Okay, then we're going to ink the edge of our book page, and we're going to get that down. Okay, very, very easy, guys, but the finished look is so nice. Think about there. So just cover the middle portion of it. Okay, and like I said, don't worry about what's hanging over. We'll trim that off. Okay, then we're going to bring just a little bit of ink to our fussy cutting side. And again, just be gentle. You don't want to tear it. Okay, I think that looks good. And I just have to be gentle with that little leaf there. He wants to wiggle out of there. Okay, and then we're just going to glue that down. Oop, it tore on me, see? But I think we can fix that. I was trying to be gentle. I was trying, guys. But I think we can fix it. I think we can salvage it. So let's get that down. And just layer it right over the top. Okay. And I think we could just connect the two pieces, just like that. Very good. All right. And once we get everything down, then we can just trim off the excess. And you can use your cutter, or, and just so I don't have to bring my big old cutter up here, I'll just do it with the ruler and my finger blade. Oops, I forgot we have to trim off a little off of the edges, don't we? So let's do that. Use my grid lines. Get a straight cut. Okay, and there we go. Bring in a little ink around the edges, and because of the 3-page layering that we did, it's got a good weight to it, good thickness, but not too thick, not too bulky. But it's thick enough for a journal card, and there we go. Okay, let's put a little ink on the other side as well. And this is a journaling card, and I do like to round my corners. If that's something you want to do, all you got to do is, and you usually need a secondary piece of paper when you're cutting. Doesn't feel comfortable with cutting just one piece, one ply of paper usually. So you need a second piece of paper behind there when you're cutting. There we go. And ink to those corners. And we've got ourselves a really, really pretty journal card there, guys. And then you can doll it up from there any way you see fit. You can put a little ribbon, you can put a little bit of gemstones, you could put a label. And I got my labels here. Let's see what we've got. You can put a little piece of cheesecloth, put some ribbon, lace, whatever you see fit to doll it up with. Let's see, I don't really have anything yellow. I'll go with that. Just bring a little ink in to that piece. I know I should have something underneath my project when I'm gluing, but and there we go, guys. How pretty. Okay, so there's our our 3-layered journaling card using a digital image, and you're just kind of gonna fussy cut half of the image in half and just layer the pieces, okay? But isn't that pretty? I think it's adorable, okay? So there's that one. Now this one was going to be a journaling card as well, but I ended up, like I said, changing my mind and making that into a pocket. But if you wanted to do the same and make it a journaling card, totally up to you, okay? Again, you're going to need 3 pieces of paper. You're going to need your focal image and then 2 decorative pieces of paper. And I'm going to try and go with this one. We'll see how that, well, maybe I should go with this one. Okay, we're going to go with this one. Now, we're going to cut 2 more pieces of paper the same size. And I don't think that is, let's see, we need a piece of book page. So we're going to have to cut a piece of book page and a piece of this. Okay, so let's cut 2 more pieces. And I'm going to bring my cutter in up for this. It's just quicker. Save a little on time. Okay, and then the book page. And we need to cut the center out of that. And of course, just be careful with the book page that you're using. Check your text, make sure there's nothing, you know, inappropriate that you don't want being seen on there, of course. But other than that, it should be good. Or you could use music sheet, totally up to you, whatever you want to use. Okay. All right, so we got 3 pieces of paper the same size, okay? So then all you're gonna do is, all I did, should I say, is I just guesstimated. I put the focal image next to the other piece. I put the other 2 layers right on top of one another. I laid them side by side. And I just guesstimated the size of my focal image of where I wanted it to be exposed, the window, okay? So I'm gonna go here, and I just did like a crisscross cut. So I want it to go to about there, and down to about there, and from there, oops, over to about there. Okay, and then pick up the 2 pieces, and I just did a rough tear in an ovalish circle shape, kind of the shape that you have your image of. Okay, that's all you're gonna do, is just kind of do a rough tear. Come back and meet the top where you started, okay? And that's what you've got, 2 pieces like this, so, okay? Now, when you put them on top of each other, the second page does not show, right? So whichever one that you're gonna have on top, and I do want the brown one to be on top, you're gonna come back and you're gonna tear away maybe 1/4 inch more, following that line, that tear line, and you're just going to do a quick tear and tear away maybe 1/4 inch more, following that original tear line, and go around, okay? Because we want to expose just a small amount of the second layer of paper that we have down. Okay, if you want to expose more, you can, totally up to you, but you know, see, for this one, you know, just a small amount. And just follow it around. Okay, there we go. Then once we've done that, once we layer them back on top of each other, we've got something like that. Okay, then from there, all we're going to do is we're going to ink. We definitely don't want that white exposed. So whatever your ink choice is, go ahead and carefully bring a little ink to those. Okay, and then we're just going to glue the two on top of one another. Line them up, and if there's any little extra hanging over, we can clean that up at the end. Okay, so let's do that. And turn it sideways this way. And glue it down. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then we're going to line up our focal image behind that, and we're going to layer that down. Now see, that image is, for my taste, a little bit larger than the other one, but we're going to go with it. Should have probably tore the window a little bit more because it covers a little bit of the buds, but that's okay. We get the most of it. Okay, so now we're just going to put that down. Okay. Go in with some glue. And I'm going to have to definitely clean my desk after this video. Okay, lay that down. And there we go, something just as simple as that. And again, we've got 3 pieces of paper thickness, so it's nice and sturdy. Okay, and then we just need to clean up any edges. See, so this will be a journaling card. As you can see, that's a little exposed on that side, so we'll just trim that a little bit off there. Clean that up right there. And maybe a little on this side as well. Okay. Bring a little ink in. And if this is going to be a journaling card, of course, you would probably want to bring in some coffee dyed paper or something to the back, or just maybe put some lines on it. And I have a lined stamp. I'm comfortable with just using a stamp and stamping the back. I don't need to put another layer of paper. Do something like that. Maybe take away a little bit of that white and bright, and then when I bring in my lines around those corners, since it's going to be a journaling card, there we go. ink to those corners. And then again, if you want to dress it up any further, then you can. Again, I don't have much in the color of yellow, but let's see what I can find. That might look okay here. Maybe a smaller one, huh? Oh, maybe a larger one. Okay. Again, bring in a little ink. And I'm going to put it half on. Like so. And we could just wrap that around, or you could cut it off, totally up to you. Okay. Actually, I think I will put that up on the top part. Right there. Okay. I had this little label field notes. Let's go ahead and put that on there. And I'm good with it just like that. Isn't that cute? All right, guys, so that's just another idea of decorating either a nice large 4x6 pocket or a journal card. Here are the two that I did off camera, and here are the two that we did together. Okay, very fun, very pretty. I hope you like them. Hope you give it a try. This style was doing a fussy cut on half of your image and then layering 3 different patterns of paper. And then this one over on this side, on the left side, is 3 different pieces of paper, but using the underside as your focal image, and then just fussy tearing the next 2 layers and overlaying those over your focal image, and then just decorate them as you see fit. Okay, bring in a little ink. You can doll it up or dress it down any way you see fit. Okay, so I hope you like the projects for today. Hope you like the pockets and the journal cards. Thank you so very much for watching. I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button, give me a like, leave me a comment, and until the next video, guys, thank you so very much. Take care and God bless. Bye-bye.